Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today I have another WIPNCHAT for you all, so I hope that you're doing well. Today I'm working on February, which looks like this, by Anna Dittman, and originally this was purchased from DIYMoonShop and given to me as a gift. And it is absolutely stunning. This is the project that I'll be working on for fancy folks in February, and I hope you will join me as we work on our portraits or people in diamond painting in February. So you're very much welcome to join along as a diamond paint along and watch my videos each week for, fun updates and maybe some prizes. It's a very low-key event, so I will let you know more on the 1st of February, but until then, I'm just going to keep working on her because it's going to take me a while to get through it, I can tell. One of the reasons that is because this painting is very confetti heavy, and that is difficult for me, but it's also that I'm using a ruler, and you might be able to tell from the way that these are placed that I've already used a ruler in this section, and now we're just filling in. So each section you're going over it twice basically, but that's no problem. It doesn't bother me so much because this is a very special canvas to me. Unfortunately, it's no longer available to purchase, but if you wanted to go do the cross-stitch conversion route, you can get this pattern from heavenandearthdesigns.com. All right, so let's get started. I have a bunch of art dot trays around that are holding the main colors of this section, and I'm just keeping them out because it's easier than putting them away and opening them up each and every time. So that is how I am probably going to go forward with this canvas as much as possible. I'm using my palm pen from Enabler's Outpost, and I'm using my putty from Thay's Studios. They are on Etsy, and I have them all linked. Everything is linked down below if you would like to check them out and maybe support a small business. So let's get started. I am gonna work with the colors that I have out already first and give you some updates. So very exciting news on my channel. If you haven't seen it already, please go check out my newest uploads. I'm not gonna go into detail too much because I'm a little concerned. At the very present time, I have not yet edited the video, but I'm sure that I can get it done. But I am so excited for what this year has brought me, all the opportunities and everything. It's so much fun. I believe it was a few months ago when we were doing Winter with DAC with Wolfpack Diamond Painting. I told you all that I felt like I was coming back to myself and wanting to engage with everyone again and get really involved again, and I feel like this year is giving me that opportunity. So major thank you to everyone, my support system, the small businesses that have really reached out and helped me, and also to the universe. This has been incredible, and I cannot wait to keep going and see what's in store for us coming soon. I hope that everybody is doing well. How are you getting on? What are you working on right now? This has been not my only diamond painting project. In fact, I just finished the January page of my Diamond Art Club calendar, which you might have seen on Instagram and Facebook. I had it posted there. I was planning on actually working on that during this WIPNCHAT, but then something exciting happened. A couple months ago, I told you I was looking forward to starting a digital marketing course, and I am happy to say that I was accepted into the course, and I have been working pretty hard on it. It's very difficult, I will say that, but it is rewarding as well. I know I'm going to get a really nice certificate at the end of it. It's verified and everything, and it's going to help me to be able to understand how to connect with everyone better, and that just makes me super happy, because that's what it's all about this year for me, and trying to push myself a little bit to get outside of my comfort zone. And yeah, I'm having a blast so far. So it is a little bit more involved than I expected. I'm learning things about technology that I had no clue about, and I am a former Geek Squad employee. I used to fix computers and stuff like that, but I don't know much about the internal parts about how websites work, and all these, there's a whole lingo, there's a whole thing, and it's very exciting, but it's all new stuff. So I was saying, when I was filming my vlog, so you're actually going to see this before the vlog comes out, but I was saying in my vlog on Patreon, I do a weekly vlog over there, that it's weird. I thought that this would be like almost like listening to lectures and stuff, and then I'd have some time to diamond paint. There is no time to diamond paint. I have to focus 100% on the content, on the lessons, because it's all new. It's all new and pretty difficult. So yeah. Cheeky me thinking that I could, just listen and absorb. No, not possible. But hey, there's it's worth it. It's worth it. And I want to put as much effort into it as I can. I just thought that I would be listening to someone talk for an hour straight, but nope, that's not what it's like. It's very involved, and it takes a lot of energy, but you know what? It's good. It's good. And it is probably going to take the entire year to do. So, if for some reason, I just saw one that I missed. Hang on. If there are times when I'm a little quiet, that could be why. It's proving to take a lot of my mental capacity. Let me get a new color. I'm going to go with A, and you're probably going to hear me say numbers and stuff. 38, 39. These are organized in my Elizabeth Ward, or no, sorry, this is not Elizabeth Ward. This is Diamond Art Club. This is the new Diamond Art Club container system, and it looks a lot like the Elizabeth Ward container system, but it's not. It is different. And so I am going to stab and grab, because there's only a couple. But so I just fish in there with my pen and then pop it down. Or you can pour them out, It's up to you. It's how you like to diamond paint. Sometimes when there's just a small amount of colors, I only just put my pen into the container and then grab a couple. But I'll show you these trays and how they empty here in a sec. It's a lot more work with these trays, I find, than with the other trays I have in my collection. But the good thing is that there are a lot of these trays when you make a purchase. But how you would do it, imagine that this tray is full. You put another tray on top of it, so you always need one that's empty. I find that a little difficult. And then you tilt and you knock it into the storage container, and see, sometimes it doesn't get them all. That could be me as well. So it just works like that. And sorry, that was Luna just being herself. Where was I? I had to stop. Mr. Ray just went on lunch. Yes, so it's been a very busy and exciting week so far, but I'm loving it. I have so much to share with you all. And the video that I posted about the EPainter went crazy. Thank you so much for everyone for watching it. It's a new product to me too, and there were a lot of repeat questions. It is a single placer device. It does not work for multi-placing. 3752. There's really no way for it to do a multi-placing because of the physics involved in picking up the diamonds through suction with air. So it is just a single placer. Right now it only works with that pen. There's no way to take one of these pens, like a hand turn pen like this one, and make it work with an EPainter, because the power of the air must go through the entire pen into the brass tip in order for it to work. So there isn't really a way to do that. The only way that you can modify that pen is to, like, for instance, if you like a thicker grip like this, you could put a roll of styrofoam around the pen to make it fatter. I've seen people do that since diamond painting became a thing. And that way it'll be easier to grip, but it'll have to be an original, kind of standard pen in order for the EPainter to work. And yeah, the multi-placer doesn't have a hole in it, so the air can't go through it. And even if it did, the area around a multi-placer, air will come in between the drills, so the drills won't even stay because it'll be pulling the air around. You have to have a very narrow opening, which is this, in order for it to pick up diamonds. So it won't work with a multi-placer at all. It just won't. So I'm sorry if that was a bummer for a lot of people. I know a lot of people are like me and love multi-placing. I just wanted to show that it might be the tool for some people who want to use it for special, like, AB diamonds that are notoriously difficult for a lot of people. I think it's a good option for something like that, and for picking up, say, rhinestones, for example, like large rhinestones and things like that. So it has its uses, but it's not for everybody, and that's okay. J. What number is J? 211. We have purple. Luna, we have purple. I'll put a picture on the screen so that you can see my dog. If you haven't met her before, she is a Blue Merle Collie, and she is my guard dog. She boofs and barks at just about everyone and everything, but I do love her. She is 10 years old and still full of life. We went on our WALK today. She's also very smart. We did a W earlier today. If I say that word, she will immediately want to go. And we were getting out of the house because the crew for the engineer came to measure our house again. The last time, let's see, there were 2 times before this that similar people came, but this time is hopefully the last time. So they came today and measured the house again. It's a long story, but hopefully this is the last time. And anyway, oh, nope, there's plastic there. Where was I going with this story? Oh, yes. So we went down to the town park. Oh, I said the word. Do not make eye contact. We went to that place that you go when you want to get out of the house. Okay, she stopped looking at me. And see what I mean? Well, you can't see, but she gave me the collie stare. Anyhow, we went down there and we were walking around, and I said the word again, and I saw a seal. And it was so cute. 762. Super cute. I love seals. We did a fundraiser for our kind of our local seal rescue a couple years ago, and it got me into, really looking out for them and make sure they're all good. And because there's a river that leads into the sea, they usually come up into the estuary, and they hang out on the shore a lot of the times. But I guess the wind chill was very cold today, so they were just kind of, this one that I could see was, I think, catching fish. And it was just so fun and magical to see. And I'm glad that we were kind of forced out of the house today so that, I could catch a glimpse of that, because it is kind of rare to see them. Like, especially in the winter when I am not outside very much. It is just usually very wet and gross, and who wants to be outside in that weather? Speaking of weather, last week we had a huge storm. Miss Ma'am. Sorry, I have to mother my dog. It's okay. They're just doing stuff downstairs. It's okay. So there was a huge storm, and the name of it was Aowen. And if you watch Lord of the Rings, you'll recognize that name. The storm blew through on Thursday night, and it really intensified. Sorry, I'm looking for a color, 208. It really intensified at around 2 or 3 in the morning. It was very difficult to sleep that night, but it was a very destructive storm, and a lot of the people, like my friends on Twitch, were saying that they saw it on US News, which is incredible to me. But luckily we were fine here. I live in the southwest of Ireland, but just a little ways up the road in like Limerick, Galway, Leitrim especially, they had a really difficult time. Roofs coming off, trees falling down, not just on roads but on houses. And right after the storm, there were like 760,000 homes without power, and we were so lucky to keep our power. It did flicker, it did go off for a little bit, but in the end it came back on and stayed on, and we were really grateful for that. I was prepared though. I had a kettle on top of my wood burning stove so that I could boil water if I needed to. But it turns out that our stove does not get hot enough to boil the water. It gets warm, but it doesn't boil. So that's a really important thing to know. 3753 for the future. Our wood stove on the top, it's cracked, and we need to get a replacement top because there's a hole, I'd say about yay big. There's a hole at the top, and it's not getting as hot as it could. So once that is eventually fixed, then hopefully it will boil a kettle. But we just stayed nice and bundled up, and the wind was very alarming though. I mean, there was a point, it was early Friday morning when the storm was really kicking off, and I thought for sure that our windows were going to burst in. Never felt a storm like that so far. Living here for 10 years, haven't felt it. So 3743, hopefully we don't get another storm like that for a long time. I mean, this is the first time that we've had a storm so strong in a very, very long time. So hopefully that won't happen again, but it is becoming a more regular occurrence. These very strong storms, typically storms here they're bad, but they're not that bad. So we were very lucky and got through it without too much fuss. We had very minimal property damage. Like one of our sheds, the door blew out of the casters. You know how the old sheds, they open like on a roller kind of thing, and one of the doors popped out, but it wasn't, I mean, it's fixable, right? So just very, very glad that it wasn't so bad. And then, yeah, it's just been go. And hopefully now that we've got the new engineer and everything, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get approval for our planning, which means that we can then apply for the mortgage that we were ready to apply for in about 2 more months. 3 months. Sorry. I'm getting confused with something else, but yeah, 3 months. So we have some more time to save, which is good because, you know, who doesn't need more time to save? But number one, it's kind of, I don't know, it's difficult because, you know, when you feel like you're right there and you're ready to go, that's when you have to take a step back. And it feels like it's been like that since we moved here. But you know what? It's fine. We're fine. We have a roof over our head. It's fine. So we are just finishing this section now, and I'm gonna get my ruler. I will post a link to a shop that has rulers. For those of you in the States, there is a shop, Drill Pen Frenzy. It's by Donna. I think I'm sure that a lot of you might know who she is on YouTube. And I'll have it linked down below. Now I know that this is gonna, oh, there's plastic. Hey. Very gently, because I think I messed up, and yeah, I messed up, so we gotta carefully try to pull both at the same time-ish. Did that work? It worked! Yay! See, this size of a section wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to use the ruler. I'll show you what happens. Oop. Get out of there. Get out of there. That goes on the J. I'll show you what happens when I place the ruler lengthways. Because, oh, you know what? That's gonna mess up. I'll do it there. So when I line it up with the symbols, the further I get up here, they're actually, wait, did I get it? Did I just do it wrong last time? No, they're slightly out on the end, and you can't really see too well. But you know what? We'll try it. We'll go to, I don't know if I have anything that'll keep me from going any further, but somewhere around here we'll stop. Because up here it's off. It's just not lined up like it is down here. And that's just because the spacing is a little different, and it's a little different for like every canvas as well. It's not just this one. So yes, the house and everything, it's an ongoing battle to keep our heads up and just plow forward, just keep going. But it's a good challenge too. It's a new experience. It's something that we've never been through before. And when you're not full of money, it makes it feel a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of empowering in a way, because a lot of the stuff we have to do ourselves, and so we're learning new skills and everything else. I'm very nervous about the floors, though. We do have to replace all of the floors, basically. We're going to try to salvage as much as we can, but there's a lot of damage to especially the hallway flooring, and we don't know where else yet, but definitely the hallway where the pipes burst. For sure, I know that they are significantly damaged underneath, so definitely the hallway for sure. But we will try to keep as much flooring as possible, keep it as original as possible, because I guess you would call them vintage. They're not antique, they're vintage, 1970s hardwood, and they're pretty. But if they are rotten underneath, then that's not pretty. And I think we're going to go, if you have any suggestions, please let us know. But I think we're going to go with the, what is it called? It's definitely not linoleum anyway. Vinyl, LPT, LVT. Oh, I can't remember. But we were looking into different kinds of floor, and we're not really there yet. We'll have to make these decisions closer to that time, because it'll probably be the very last thing that gets done. But yeah, exciting. And I keep dreaming about my laundry coming upstairs into the house, into our hallway bathroom, and I think that'll be amazing when it's done. I know I've talked about it a lot, so I won't bore you with it, but yeah, it's kind of difficult to motivate yourself to go outside in the cold to do your laundry and bring the wet laundry back up into the house and put it on a clothes horse. It's just burr. Like today, before we set off, I did 2 loads of laundry with just blankets, because, it's cold. So all of our throw blankets were down in the cellar waiting to be washed, and just putting those on the line today with that wind and the wind chill. My fingers were frozen, but, it's okay. My ancestors and your ancestors went through a whole lot more just to get nice, clean clothes, right? But then what else is going on? So I've been reading, and I've been talking on Twitch. Oh, I want to invite you as well. I'm having a community day on my Twitch channel on Sunday, the 2nd of February. I'm doing an 8-hour live stream, so if you want to pop in at any point and say hello, we'll be playing games, and I'll be diamond painting in the morning, but I'm starting very early for you US folks, but you could pop in whenever you want. 8 hours of uninterrupted streaming time. It's going to be really fun. Celebrating quite a long time on Twitch, but also just the fact that, there are a number of people who join me over there every Tuesday and Thursday, and I just appreciate y'all. You that stay on YouTube, that's okay too. I appreciate you too. Of course I do. But if you are looking for just a good escape on Sunday, that is where we will be. And yeah, it'll be fun. We'll be playing these games like, have you ever played Jackbox? It's got a whole bunch of games in it, and we can all play together, and I find it very, very fun. We'll be doing that and a couple of other things too. There's like Uno and almost like a Mario Kart game. Like, all these games are really fun, so I hope you'll join me if you see this in time. And if not, don't worry, there will be more in the future. But where was I going with Twitch? Oh, I was talking about the books that I've been reading. So I finished Heavenly Tyrant, which is the sequel to Iron Widow, and it was amazing. I really hope that we get a third book. I'm not sure. There are conflicting stories about it because of the publisher and stuff like this. But I really hope that we get a third book. It got very exciting. A big shock happened in the story, and I feel like it probably could just stay where it is. It probably could just end where it is. And when authors have to make decisions like this is their IP. This is their own, IP stands for intellectual property. Sometimes they lose those rights. Sometimes they can't finish the story for whatever reason. And I respect that, but except for George R.R. Martin, come on, man. Like, it's been way too long. You need to finish Game of Thrones. But when it's something like out of your control where you can't make those decisions yourself, it's someone else making the decisions for you, I totally understand. It's just kind of sad, but anyway, it was a very good book. I then was doing a very big cleanup in the front room where I've been storing a lot of my stuff. We managed to fix the hinge in that room. There was a huge draft coming in the window that was facing the ocean, and that's where we get most of our wind from. And of course, that was letting in cold, salty, wet air. For the last year almost that we've been here, and obviously before that. And it was very high on my list of things that needed to be done, even though we're getting the windows and doors replaced, just for our own comfort and also to keep the integrity of the room, because I'm worried that it's going to cause a lot of damage that we can't see in the wallpaper or the walls or, windowsills or whatever it might be. That's also where I store all my books. So I was in there checking on them and trying to find another book to read. And I realized, I didn't really want to read another fiction novel right away. I was looking for something else. And James has an excellent collection of books as well. Mine are mostly fantasy, but he had books on Irish mythology and things like that. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. And then I remembered him talking about The Serpent and the Goddess. This is a book that is based on a doctorate paper from the author Mary Condren. I would highly recommend you look into it if you are looking to get smarter today. It is a very involved, very academic book, but I've been recommending it to everybody, and I think it is for some people. It's about mainly it's about religion and the effect that it's had on women and culture in general, specifically starting in Celtic Ireland, but it goes well beyond that, and mostly talks about the patriarchy and how it was established and all of this. So quite a good read, very interesting to me. So I've been recommending it to everyone. I think after this, I may open up some of those mythology books because reading this book has, brought back a lot of those stories. And even though she does talk about them and mention them and quote some of them, she doesn't go into the biggest detail about them. And I would like to reread some of these stories. Also, this weekend is Bridgets Day, which is a holiday here in Ireland now. And Bridget is the goddess of like everything. If you imagine sun goddess, fertility goddess, like she covers all of the things. Bridget's Day, she became a saint. She was brought into sainthood when Ireland was turned into a Christian nation. And so they kind of just, rewrote her story to make it fit. But yeah, so interesting. And since we're celebrating the holiday, it just felt really fitting to read that book as well. But we were talking about books that you all recommend, and I'm very interested in some of them. So if you have a suggestion as well, please feel free to pop it down below in the comment section. But I am still reading a lot and really enjoying it at the moment. So I have a Y and L. Right? Let me double check that this is L. 775. Yes, that is L. Perfect. And I did try to start reading or listening to Dune Messiah. Same thing. Listening and reading are the same. And unfortunately, because I was cleaning up and, and whatnot, I could not pay as much attention to the book as I needed to in order to get the story. So I'm gonna have to, start it over. I think I had gotten about an hour or an hour and a half in, and I suddenly realized, oh yeah, I'm listening to a book. It was nice to just have something on in the background to feel like I wasn't alone, I guess, while I was doing all my cleaning and chores and tasks and whatever. But it kind of stinks that I have to restart. Does that happen to anybody else? You put something on and then, like, I've talked to James about it as well, and he listens to a lot of podcasts, and he says that sometimes he'll be busy doing something while he's listening to a podcast and then realize, oh, I have no idea what they were talking about. So that's not really high on my priority list at the moment. Since I'm listening to or reading Serpent and the Goddess right now, but who knows, I might get back to it. And it does help me to diamond paint if I listen to an audiobook. So I think that's pretty much it at the moment. What is going on in your world? I hope everything is going well. And if it isn't, I hope that it gets better soon. I know this time of year is really tough for the Northern Hemisphere folks. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself and, make sure you're taking your vitamins and drinking loads of water, getting out as much as possible, meet up with some friends. It's kind of been a rough couple weeks, to be fair. Oh wait, I don't need to put that away. I will be back to that color soon enough, won't I? Or maybe I won't. Oh yeah, I will. Okay, put that back over there. And then we can fill in the other colors. So we have J. J is 211 again. But yeah, this is how I'm getting through it, and I do hope that next month I have more time to diamond paint. I haven't had very much time in January. Been filming a lot, but which has been great. It's been really fun, but not as much time to like sit down and actually diamond paint. But we'll see. With this course, I don't know. My goals are still there. I'm still looking forward to trying to get through all these diamond paintings this year. But you know me, I'm not the fastest. I will do my best though. I will. But yeah, I suppose I'm gonna let you all go. I hope that you are all safe and doing well again. But also, I do want to extend that very warm invitation from Kara, the principal painter, and myself. If you are in a position that you can do it and you can join us for the Diamond Painting at Sea cruise to the Bahamas, we would love to have you there. It's our first cruise, both of us, first time ever cruising, my first time in Bahamas, and I am over the moon excited. I keep pinching myself. I can't believe my luck. And I'm sure it won't be the last. Just incredible opportunity. So if you like cruising and you want to come and meet us and diamond paint with us on a cruise ship, please check out that other video for all of the details. And, you know, if it's not meant to be right now, that's okay. I'm sure there will be other opportunities. It's just really rare for me to get over to the States. So, yeah, definitely check that out. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day, a great week ahead, and I will see you soon in my next video. Take care, everyone.